It is repetition which makes for perfection.
Basic Harley. Let's see. There, that's her head. It's an egg. There's her neck. There's her torso, waist. And I'm thinking it's kind of like the movie kind of version. I feel like I see her kind of hands on her lapels of some sort of silk satin jacket. So these are her hands. And I'm going to just take a brief time out. Okay. Inside the store, I believe, and sell Girl Scout cookies. It's all approved by the Girl Scouts of America. You have to submit a form. You just can't just go to random spots and booth. And it's completely legit. And no purchase necessary. But you'll look like a horrible human being if you don't support the Girl Scouts of America. I think it's gonna be tough because they're so cute. Their uniforms, and I don't know. I'm gonna end up buying all the cookies. I know it. We have a gigantic wall of cookies. I'm gonna put that on online after I finish this. So please, please help me out. Otherwise, next time you see me, I'm gonna be a transformed man. Ay, ay, ay. So I'm gonna draw the the thing I was drawing before with the hands. It's right, same thing, right? Boom, 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 and lapel. We know it's a lapel because there's a button there. Shoulder pads. Yeah. I wonder if I look a little more crazed, maybe like one eyebrow up there. Collarbone, right? Those indentations are right there. We're going to foreshorten that whole shoulder, upper torso, of which one end is here, the other end is over there. Okay. At the end of this log is this shoulder. The other end of that log is the other shoulder. Center line right there. Her chest comes out here, belly button here, waist there. Foreshorten that forearm. This forearm is okay. I think it's okay. That hand looks small, so I'm just enlarging that pentagon. She has a very kind of 80s vibe here. This could very well be a members only jacket. If you're wondering what's going through my 16-bit brain, I am wondering if I'm going to move this arm out. Like she's putting on this jacket, but if she has one arm off, it's going to look weird. I was going to have her holding a gun over here. That middle bent finger is the most important. So even if you just kind of draw a blob and that kind of shadow of the first finger and the thumb off to the side, you've got it covered. I hope this works. Front a little bit more. So where was I traveling this week? I was in Denver, Colorado for one night. Flew in Thursday, had a lovely dinner with a bunch of our talent that are launching 2 new imprints that we're doing. And then Friday morning we had a breakfast presentation for about 200 librarians. I was at the ALA Midwinter 2018, and ALA is American Library Association. apparently 12,000 librarians, and this is the smaller of the two conventions a year. They convene twice a year. So 12,000 librarians come together. Apparently 120,000 libraries across the country. It's huge, huge, huge. We're announcing these two new imprints, and they are designed for the young reader being 7 to 12 for middle reader, 13 on up, 13, 18, 13 all the way up to adult, really, for young adult. And so we have DC Zoom, which is the middle reader program, or the imprint, and then we have DC Inc., which is the young adult. So we unveiled these projects. It was kind of built off the success of DC Superhero Girls, which is a young reader series by Shea Fontana, which has done really, really well for us. It's one of our top-selling graphic novels. It sells, you're selling DC characters, DC content to a whole different audience than what's traditionally found. The top young adult, young reader authors, and flew them into into Denver to make this presentation. It was really great, very well received. So that was a lot of fun. So we have 3 books coming out this year. The next chapter in DC Superhero Girls by Shea Fontana, and Breaking Glass, a Harley Quinn story by Mariko Tamaki. All right, so just continuing on with this. And I'm telling you that usually in my head when I do a sketch, I have kind of an idea, kind of what the final thing is going to be. And this one, I really don't know. I'm just like letting things happen. Because like, if I knew that this was Harley Quinn, I gave her a completely different haircut than what she's traditionally had. So I don't even know what's going on. Should I be worried? Maybe. Yeah, maybe I should be. Oh, I just have to do this. All right. I don't know. What do you guys think? Be the alternative name for this stream. In the meantime, I'll do the parts that I can do without knowing the results of the. Well, I do need to know for me to do that part there. There's a knuckle, 2, 3, 4, thumb. And she does have these kind of goth-like gloves on, so that makes it super easy to draw that hand. Okay. Am I drawing off the page now? There we go. How are we doing on time? We're doing good. I didn't really draw the satin jacket. I gave her some very 80s shoulder pads. So this drawing is trying to tell me something fashion-wise. All right. Now here comes the tricky part. I'm going to draw an imaginary gun. I'm going to make this gun up. And let me see if I can draw it in the proper foreshortened way. Let's draw me some straight lines, and I will use those lines for some purpose. Have you guys voted? All right, let's see. Well, you know what? I can still finish this gun. So I'll give you guys some time to think. Do the reference. Google Pat Benatar, Chicago Bears. Let me know what you find. I'm very curious to see what that yields. Right now, superhero swimmer is going, just like that. Okay. So this is the bottom of the gun handle. There's that one hand here, wrist here. I'm going to pull in that lapel. I think it was going out a little too far. Has a foreshortened forearm, folks. Be completely unhelpful. The best. But now I know that no matter what I decide, half this group will be unhappy. It's much like the politics of the nation today. The dilemma. What to do. But at the same time, this needs to be consistent with this somehow, I think. Definitely. I'm going to hide it. And by hiding it, I mean making it mostly black. Shadow. Let's look at all these different elements jutting out at different angles. What's interesting is that this is so sketchy that I'm putting permanent lines down as sort of construction lines. And hopefully it'll look okay at the end. I'll tell you, if I erased all this pencil, it would be like, ooh, it would look a little rough. But with the pencil intact, I can kind of keep drawing like this. Like that brief moment of looking away and looking back on it gives me a fresh perspective. And I'm telling you that I can go all the way down here. I could have dropped this all the way down here. That arm could have supported that length, I believe. It's hidden by this lapel anyway. And you know what's nice about sketching is you can kind of just be fearless about it. It's not meant to... This is the kind of thing to give you practice over just sort of drawing in general. It's not about... it's about working out the details as you draw, which I think is what sketching is all about. And it allows you, when you go ahead and do a final drawing, you almost have those kind of muscle memory, instinctual kind of things pre-wired. So, or you'll know, like next time, if I were to draw this for like a cover, this area is something I have to focus on, maybe get some photo reference, whatever. But just understand that that's where it might catch up to me a little bit. And when I say catch up to me, say my inability to draw might get the better of me at that point. But you know, when you get to my age, you learn a couple tricks and you go like, I can fake that with the best of them. These are little holes in the the tip to basically disperse the muzzle flash. All right. Here's the aiming reticule. No, that's not the reticule. That's the thing that you look through at the end. I don't know what it's called. What am I going to do? I've made my decision. I don't know. What am I going to do? I think that's what I'm going to do. It's neither pigtails nor the Benatar. Okay. Is this a bona fide haircut for her? I used to draw this book. Okay. All right, no more messing around. I'll start drawing. You know, it's very silent. I just realized I used to have like alerts like that would tell me that I say okay a lot. Is it okay? Is that the word? I was like reading some comments like after I stream this on Twitch. After a day, I post them on my YouTube channel, and then somebody wrote, "Take a shot every time he says." I think it was okay. I can't something. I must say that a lot. I'm not sure if that's the word, but there was some word that this person, I was trying to be polite, had written. So I thought that was kind of funny. Look, we are unconscious to our biases. That's why they're called biases. So I don't know what I'm saying over and over. I'm just trying to fill dead air. Okay, let's just do some more detail. And then I'm going to jump in with a brush or marker or Kleenex or something to just get this thing going, get it done. I don't even think that's proper perspective. Like, look at this gun. It goes like this, and then it bends like that. So I have to make sure that I'm doing this correctly. I'm going to basically drop some like some shadows underneath to flesh out this gun so I know what's going on. Okay. And let's just make sure that these things all line up, because they don't right now. Underside of the knuckles. And there's the underside of that pentagon looking hand. Okay. Okay. And then this is where the gun gets dark, like I was talking about. I promised you this bit of obfuscation. You can look that word up in Google. Word of the day. And this is the shadow of that hand coming across it to help make it even darker. And then this is the arm back here. But since it's back here, I can mostly go to black, I think. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens when I do this. And here's the rest of the gun down here. See what happens. Okay. What is going on? Also, dropping some hints of shadows here and there. And now I'm going to come back in with whiteout to add some details to the gun up here. I'm going to turn the form a little bit. Not convinced exactly where all that line kind of dividing. When I say turn the form, I'm going to sort of hide where this magazine or the barrel kind of turns. Let's figure out exactly what this shadow looks like. Make the shadow a little darker. I'm wondering if I want to put another shadow. I think I do. Like that. And up here as well. This. I can do it freehand, I'm pretty sure, but I'm going to see if I can. Now all the areas where the ink's kind of gone over the line, do not fret. I'm going to use whiteout to basically go fix that. Go ahead and put that straight line there. Clean up some of the lines there. Add some details to the gun there. Just add some random kind of shadows to indicate reflections down here. This magazine's super wide. Sounds like the kids are outside the door. I'm disappointed in the lawn blower, the leaf blower guy. I created that whole two-part emote. Guy's been MIA. I should have really made kids playing emote. Okay. Oh, look, that wasn't dry. Now she's got chicken pox. Nice job. Very nice. Okay, real quick one. We built a fort out of cardboard boxes in the room next to my office here. My guess is that they are using it to shoot Nerf guns at each other from. Possibly. The best part is there's usually an over-under of about 15 minutes before someone gets shot in a way that they didn't like. And there'll be some crying and tears. Over under 5 minutes. Set your clocks, guys. Let's figure out what's going to go in this little thing here. I'm going to put... I never use a Sharpie, but I want to get something that looks kind of flat. Like it's a logo. Okay. All right. I'm tightening up the lines. That's what I'm doing. Adding little details so it didn't look like I was faking it too much. Thinning out some of these lines, adding some rendering. And then obviously this gun. What's going on? Amber alert. Amber alert. That is Ren. Ren is on a secret mission this morning. He's got me a crossbow. It's a special gift for somebody. How funny would that be? Show up at a convention with a crossbow. Get arrested. Put in jail. Yeah. Hella funny, Jim. Hella. So you have to enunciate that. All right. I think I'm done. Well, except for the whiteout. get rid of the whatever those things were. I have no idea. And I'll just clean up the areas that were obviously that's interesting. Okay. It's a little harder for me to follow chat these days. It's a lot more people on. Okay. The last thing is I didn't do a trigger guard or whatever they're called. Right there. Let me just clean up some of these lines so that they are sharper. $11:30. Okay. It's got kind of a big chin, or a longer chin than I intended. And it's because I'm looking at this piece of paper up at an up angle, so everything looks a little distorted. So I got to correct for that right now. Okay. Okay. I think I'm pretty much done. I am done. And so is this marker. So we'll put that right up over here.
It is repetition which makes for perfection.